You are live. When was the last time we were live together? Hmm? You don't know? Well, welcome to Married at First Sight, season 14, the reunion. Man, are you happy that this is over?
I definitely am. I'm actually now interested to see what the two new experts are going to bring.
The two new experts. Well, that's for something else. That's a completely
I
different
know because I moved on.
well, you get then what we why go live? You moved on. You talk about that because nothing to talk about. My goodness. But the reunion, what did you think about who said yes, who stayed together, and all of that?
I wasn't surprised.
You weren't surprised?
No, because some of the people should have said no the first time.
Oh, yeah, like who?
You know who.
I don't know in your mind. That's not what you predicted from the beginning.
Well, that was different. That was the beginning. But now you know.
It's always the beginning. It's never different. You give your predictions when the show starts, and then regardless of how it pans out towards the end, those are still your prediction. You should have went week to week like myself.
No, you didn't go week to week. That's not fun.
Well,
but Mark and Lindsay should have said no for me.
It's not fun. Well, you checked out during the season. Was that fun?
No, but you have to. Well, you didn't have to. I just did. It wasn't. It was interesting more than last season was.
Yeah, so I think so. Mm-hmm. I think so too. Well, I don't know. I really don't. But here's the thing.
You have a lot of notes, though.
I always type a lot and don't necessarily say everything I typed because it's based off of my thoughts. These are really my thoughts and notes, not necessarily things that are maybe irrelevant. I'm not sure. Mm-hmm. But who?
Well, we're not gonna start yet. We're gonna wait for a few more people to join.
Okay. Hi, SG. Hello. A few more people join the chat. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
It's only 3:34.
3:34 Pacific Standard Time. 6:30 East Coast time. And see, 8, 9, 10:30 ish. If you live in London or places like that. GMT.
I never knew that.
Yes, they're 8 hours ahead. Well, you know why I know, but we won't get into that. So, anyways,
but the people who just joined, what do you think about the 2-part reunion? Were there any spoilers? Anything you didn't expect?
I don't know.
You know what? I didn't expect for what are their names?
You asking what are their names? Mark and Lindsay, no. Michael and
Jasmina. I didn't expect for them to break up so soon.
You didn't? I didn't. Why not? They really, in my opinion, didn't have that much of a chemistry anyways. So breaking up, that wasn't a shock to me. I mean, they always like a
little bit longer, like past the reunion.
They, in my opinion, again, I don't even think they should have said yes for a decision date. Where was the connection? Where was it? You know, it was always to me like a friendship kind of thing, and like her thinking he's talking down to her or whatever the case may be. Now, of course, we all know that there's things that we don't see behind the scenes, you know, things that are cut out. And I think that's what some people hang their head on, is like, well, you don't know what happens behind the scenes and you don't know about production, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. True, we don't. However, it's just like we've mentioned before in many of our Married at First Sight since we've been doing it and watching it as well. And what Dr. Pepper said, you know, no one's putting words in your mouth. You come across the way you present on TV. We can only go based off of what we see. Now, production can only cut and paste whatever. And if you have a maybe a nastier, meaner,
a stink
attitude, then that's going to come across, and not just necessarily to me or to you, but to the masses that watch, you know, because that's just the way it comes across. If you're nicer or maybe more laid back, it's going to come across because there's things in your personality that make you do certain things naturally and unnaturally in those situations. And Jasmina, in my opinion, showed herself in a way where that just came across who she was as the episodes continued. So let's see. I didn't expect Katina and Elle to last. All of them were tossed up. Alyssa been out her body actions was told. Alyssa, anyways. I was surprised that Olajuwon and Katina. I guess, not I guess, Olajuwon says he has grown. So it'll be interesting to see the growth as time has really gone on.
Will it really be interesting?
Yes, it will, because the way he presented himself as Isaac, then Olajuwon, and this and just his actions throughout the show. And he was like, how come people didn't check me?
So you want to watch Married at First Sight? Where are they now? To see Olajuwon's progression?
I would like to know if he really did turn around and change. I mean, you have to give someone the benefit of the doubt. I mean, he sold his house because he said, that was during his Isaac days. He didn't want anything, to, I don't know, be there or the background. He wants a fresh start. So he said he wants a fresh start. You got to give him the opportunity to have a fresh start. You have to. Well, you don't have to, but Katina has to.
I don't want to see it.
Well,
I don't care.
I'm just saying. Hopefully this has changed him, whether they last or not. Maybe he has an awakening to see really how he came across or really was treating women or someone. If he really wants to get married, maybe, he realized I can't continue this journey. So I think that's what he's really trying to say, regardless if it works out or not. So we'll have to see.
All right. Well, you want to go on to the reunion now? Are you going to do part 1, part 2, or just both together?
No, I'm not going to do part 1 and 2 because it all really boils down to part 2 anyways. It's always a carryover and they always talk about what they talk about. But, I mean, we can. Lindsay, I was never surprised with Lindsay. I was never surprised at, again, her demeanor, her attitude, how she gave information, how she took information. Now, Lindsay had glimpses of somewhat empathy depending on the situation for certain things that happen, but it wasn't very often. Like, that was outruled by her attitude towards Mark and within the group and things like that. So,
but do you agree with Mark that he was kind of bullied by her?
He views it as bullied. So yeah, I have to go with bully. I don't know what I would call it because I wasn't there day to day. I just know that her attitude was just beyond for me. Like, I recognize that again, and it's on our shows, at the wedding when she was laid across the bench, and then when there was at the, to start the honeymoon, and that's where I'm like, whoa, he's going to be in for a rude awakening. I believe those were the exact words I said.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I like Noah and Steve as a couple. The others were mismatched. I wish they do a Married at First Sight second chance show. I have a few suggestions. Oh, okay. Well, who are your suggestions? I don't know if I watch second chances, honestly.
Mm-mm.
I don't think so. Hello, Sharon. How are you today? And everybody in the chat. But
I didn't like Noah and Steve as a couple in the beginning, but not in the end.
As it progressed, I think they were I don't know. I always thought they were the front runners, even though I didn't say it till like towards the end. But when Noy started to get her, the things, her expectations, what she wanted, and the things that seemed like that Steve was doing didn't seem like it was good enough. That's when I started like change my mind. It all started at Noodlegate. You know what I'm saying? When she left and put stuff on social media, I'm like, over some noodles and how it was cooked. Now, yes, of course, people are going to say it was more than that to it, production. We can't always just lay our hat on production. We can't. That was the attitude of the scene that we saw. She did leave. She did put whatever on social media. They did have a big to-do about that. Do I see them working out? Again, we'll have to see. We watched this show, or the majority of us watch this show, to see relationships that's going to be long-term. We don't watch it for the drama. I think that's what they're missing. We're not watching, at least I'm not, and most comments that I read, whether it be on our page or whatever, we're not watching Married at First Sight producers for drama. We're watching for, like, is this relationship going to work? I think they have the concept messed up here to me. This is not the type, we want drama. We could watch something else. This was bad. I think you meant Lindsay was worse. She spit on Mark. Yes, I saw that. But Lindsay said that she didn't necessarily spit on him. She spit on his shirt. Same thing. Because she tried to make it seem like it was part of conversation. Maybe she was getting just worked up and she was like talking like spit on her shirt. No, because even her new bestie Olajuwon was like, take accountability for what you did, Lindsay. You know, and it took Lindsay a minute to say what she did.
That's crazy.
Steve is mature, and Noy's still immature. Hopefully, she'll grow. I agree. Yeah, I agree. I also think that Noy, I have it in my notes too, but it's brought up. I think Noy relies heavily on her sister Sriracha, or when Sriracha is in being Sriracha, on that relationship. Because when Sriracha was interviewed and they were like, oh, well, what do you think about the relationship? She's like, well, it's cute. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter if you think it's cute. Your sister is in this situation, this predicament. So I didn't hear Dr. Pepper during the show say that she and her husband live separately. But see, I knew that though already. I knew they lived separately.
A few years ago.
Yeah, she did a few years ago. But again, this is her second marriage. And her first marriage, she was with her husband when her kids were growing up or whatever. So whatever, maybe her time with the show and maybe whatever her husband does, maybe they have to live in separate places for now. You know what I mean? So maybe that's what it is, I'm guessing. So I don't know. But back to Lindsay Mark, do you think that she bullied him?
I'm not gonna say bully, but verbally and emotionally abused, yes.
Yeah, for sure. It was just, I don't know, Lindsay.
Because I actually agree with the experts when they said that they're kind of alike in a certain way. They are kind of like in whatever they don't like in someone else, they don't like within themselves. So Lindsay and Mark both need to grow and change, but Lindsay needs to change the most.
They all need counseling. I'm even going to throw Steve in the mix because we can all use some type of counseling, whether you need it based off what you're projecting, or you just need it just to talk to somebody. But Lindsay needs counseling. Remember her going all the way back to the beginning. Her dad said Lindsay has a mouth on her. Like her dad was trying to say like she's going to be a handful. Matter of fact, he did say that.
I mean, but there's something wrong with like being outspoken, but there's always a way to say things to people, and she just wanted to say whatever she wanted to say whenever she wanted to say it. Like there was not going to be any repercussions for it. And eventually she's going to find somebody or something's going to happen to her where it's not going to go in her way. And maybe it'll change her, maybe it won't change her. I have no idea. I am not Lindsay. I don't have that type of privilege, so I don't try it.
Yeah,
that's all I'm going to say.
Okay. Well, I agree with that universal advocate. I think Mark is passive aggressive too, but I also think that Lindsay brought that out in him even more, that he had to kind of like defend himself, you know. And then when Lindsay learned that everybody heard that bathroom scene at the bowling alley, she was like, what? Like almost like she couldn't believe it. Like she was just venting. And I'm thinking, as loud as you was talking, what bathroom is soundproof?
We both knew like if they stayed together, whenever he heard that clip, he wasn't gonna like that.
Oh yeah. Only good thing about Lindsay is her disgust for Alyssa. Yeah.
I mean, Alyssa wasn't a good person, as she likes to say that she is a good person. But
I agree. Sharon.
I will say that I'm not trying to give Alyssa any kudos because she wasn't as nice to him, Christopher. But at least she wasn't trying to front a little bit, you know, within the marriage. She wasn't trying to make it seem like she liked him. She always made it like she doesn't like him. Unlike Lindsay, who just talked mess about Mark. I don't know how to phrase that.
You think she was more forthcoming than Lindsay?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, she was, but she wasn't, because whenever Chris wanted to talk in the beginning, well, they only had the beginning. She would like, she'd sit down and talk, and then she would become like
she
disgusted.
was dismissive because she only cared about what she wanted to talk about. But in a sense of them not continuing the marriage, whereas Lindsay and Mark continued the marriage, and even when they got to decision day, they both still said yes when everyone knew they should have said no. That's where I'm giving Alyssa some props. Props.
Well, okay. Well, let me read this. Let's see, Michael and Paige. This season's Michael? Or the last? Oh, the other Michael's married. Never mind. Ryan and Christina.
Michael and no one. I don't like Michael. Even if he did change.
No, not that Michael. That Michael's married. He's talking about this Michael.
Oh.
Michael Jasmine. Alyssa and Zach. Oh, Zach.
Which Zach? How you got me
Zach and
questioning which
Mindy. Zach and Mindy. Remember, he didn't live there either, and she was crying about that.
But Alyssa likes the cowboy. Zach is a pretty boy.
I was say Zach's a pretty boy. Henry and Bao.
No.
Henry's with somebody too. Lindsay and Brett.
Mm-mm.
No. Olivia
Brett
and Mark.
wouldn't be there at all.
Olivia and Mark. No. Mm-mm. No.
I don't know where I saw this at, but
Michael and Paige might work. Michael and Paige. Christina, no.
I think I saw a spoiler for whatever's coming up. Olivia and Brett meeting up.
That's not a spoiler. That was on. I have that for later. That is for Married at First Sight season 15 San Diego preview, because it had he said Chris said he's dating someone from New Orleans. That's Olivia, and then
Chris or Brett?
Chris, and then
Chris from New Orleans. Chris who?
This Chris from this season.
Christopher from this season is dating Olivia
from New Orleans.
That ain't go together.
And then they have Alyssa and Ryan from last year. Was Brett and Ryan, the one that was already on the website looking for dates? No, the one that was looking for dates.
I thought that was a kid.
Remember, he always looked like his face was sad.
That's the kid.
Okay, well, whoever. Yes. Honestly, before I look at the rest of the questions, I don't see Alyssa with anybody from any season on this show. Alyssa, she wants a cowboy. She wants a certain lifestyle. She needs to find someone or whatever show she want to go on with that lifestyle. Married at First Sight don't have that lifestyle for her. This is not it. Mm-hmm. Because you're marrying a stranger, and clearly she wants to be able to see who she potentially wants to be matched up with. So that's why I say that. Okay, let's see. Lindsay makes up a lot of stories, which definitely speaks from her childhood. Yes, and on top of that, I think Lindsay is an alleged or has an alleged alcohol issue. Personally. Okay, let's see. What do you think of the new experts?
Well, I'll speak first.
Sure.
I don't know the lady. I'm gonna have to look her up if I have time, or else I'll just see her on the show. But most people know Devon. You know Devon?
Of course.
I think he would be interesting because I don't really know his philosophy. I never really caught up with him and his preaching, so to speak. I just know him from being with Megan Good, and whenever Megan Good wore something, not too churchly, he would take up for her. So I'm interested to see what he's going to bring.
Well, I don't know the lady either. And I do know Devon. And I have before him and Megan got married. And then when they did get married, I did read. They had a book together. I did see a little bit of the book. I did read a little bit of it. It'll be interesting just based off of what philosophy he brings. Because when this show was taped, Married at First Sight in San Diego, I believe it taped in February, started in February of this year, 2022. So it's fairly fresh. So they should be like pretty much on their decision day right about now when we start to watch it. Mm-hmm. So like, when was their divorce? So he should have been, or he probably would have been going through the process of the divorce while this was continuing on. Because I don't know if it's final or not. So I'm just interesting to see what his perception is for these couples from what he was going through himself personally. So Steve is able to put that to the side and give true advice. Mm-hmm. So I guess there's going to be two men, Pastor Kellen and Devon, if it's true that he's still going to be in the show, and the lady and Dr. Pepper. So we'll see how they run for therapists, experts, or whatever they call it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to Jasmina and Michael. Well, of course, we learned that, they didn't stay together, which, again, I'm not surprised. I just never thought they really matched up. Oh, yeah, I think so, too. She'd eat him up. I don't think they matched up, really. I just think they went to the friend zone real early, even on the honeymoon, because she was like, I don't like how you're talking to me. From our experience from watching Married at First Sight from season 1 till now, even when we took the little time away while I was still watching it. If there's issues on the honeymoon from what we've noticed, any type of turmoil, it doesn't necessarily calm down. They don't necessarily get past that hump. we've noticed. Because again, you're with a stranger, and I don't think you give as much grace to a stranger as you would, because then I think you start to like mentally check out and you're still going through the motions. I've noticed that. So I just don't think, with the way that she talked to Michael from the very beginning and however he talked back, maybe in defense of himself, just never really worked out, and so why they said yes on decision day and then decided mutually they were going to stay at separate houses, how's that going to work?
I don't know.
Just asking. I don't. And then during the reunion, when we learned that Jasmina even she had more interest in, seemed like, Katina and Olajuwon's relationship, because she said she cussed out Olajuwon for treating Katina the way she did. I'm like, you should have put the same energy in yours. But that's just me. I don't know. But the thing with Michael is, what stood out to me was when he said, he's got enough sisters. I felt that, because he was like, I got enough sisters. Like, how's this relationship? I got enough sisters. And to me, if that's not a friend zone, or like I put you on a similar level as my sister, like I come someone to talk to, then that's just what it is. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. What you think? I don't think he could get past the wait, stop. No, say it to me nicely. Like, what is he, 3, 4, 5 in your classroom, your preschool? No.
I don't teach preschool.
I didn't say you and her. She teaches preschool, or is part of a preschool.
Well, also, if you see us looking down, we are going live on Instagram at the same time.
Awesome.
2 for 1.
2 for 1 deal. So,
well, Jasmina wasn't ready. That's just that.
Michael
wasn't ready.
No. Listen,
they both were ready.
None of them, in my opinion, this season was ready. I put that out there. I don't think any of them were ready, except for maybe Steve. Steve is, not to say this has anything to do with it, but Steve, to me, is financially ready. Steve, emotionally ready. Steve was just ready to have a companion to maybe travel and do whatever. And whenever he felt like going back to the tech world, he would, because he got whatever stack he got. That's clear. So everyone else, because Noi had only been in Boston a year and a half after following 2 men around the world for love. No, they weren't ready. Let's read some comments.
Maybe Lindsay will curb the drinks and adopt a healthier option since she's in Cali. No.
We've been to San Diego a time or two. I mean, there's lots of options there for do whatever. Mike didn't match.
Jasmina doesn't have proper communication with a significant other.
I don't think so either. Maybe that's why her relationships have been long distance only. That to me, that still says a lot. Long distance, like you're not comfortable with having someone around where you could like drive or hang somewhere together or hang out and Netflix and chill, whatever. You'd rather be like on a platform like, not on StreamYard, but online. No, that's too much. But anyways, we touched back in with, like I said, a little bit with Noi and Steve. I don't know. I hope for Steve's sake that she really is ready.
Noi's not ready either. I'm not surprised if we see in about a few weeks from People Magazine that they broke up.
You don't think Steve has a stack of money? I think he has enough money to sustain what he wants to sustain right now. I do. It may not be a stack. I mean, what Noi say on the behind the scenes?
Let's settle this. Do you think Steve has a lot of money, or do you think Steve is comfortable?
I think that's all in perception. I do.
Well, what do you perceive?
I think he's comfortable, which means he's got a decent nest egg put aside. Now, stack like millionaire, I don't know, but I think he's got like a decent amount set aside to be able to, what they say, he didn't have a job. He was traveling. He was living by the seat of his pants, I guess.
I think Steve has a lot of money. I don't think it's comfortable money. Mm-hmm. I think it's a lot of money. I just do. I just feel like
you do
that from him.
I don't know. We'll see.
Because of the starter program he made, and I'm sure he has his hands in other things. Maybe he invests or something. I don't know. I just feel like Steve does. Or else I don't think Steve would. I don't know. I just don't feel like Steve would put himself out there if he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the experts would have chose him if he didn't.
Wait, on Instagram, they said he had 40,000 saved. No, I think
Noy said he would be comfortable.
No, Noy said she would be comfortable if he had at least 40,000 on the after party. That's what Noy said. Now, I don't know. I didn't hear Steve give a number of what he had saved. But I mean, it depends on you, what you feel about it. If you feel 40,000 a stack of money, I think it's a stack of money.
I don't think it's a stack. I think that's comfortable. That's
it's more than what I mean. I can't just pull 40,000 out right now. That's enough. Not enough for something.
That's comfortable.
Okay, let's see. Last night was
first.
He
said himself on the after party.
Okay, all right. Last night was the first I saw a little bit of Jasmine's personality. She always seemed so cold.
She always seemed cold.
Always.
You saw personality? Well, I didn't watch it, so maybe I should watch it. I think I missed a lot. Steve said he got 40,000. Jasmine didn't show personality. I think we missed something.
No, last night was the first time they saw
the
reunion.
And on the after party.
Well, the after party wasn't last night. She's talking about reunion. Jasmine has always been cold to me, unfortunately. She's always been cold. And Lindsay has always been cold. I don't know. This season it just wasn't it for me. I know some of the experts felt it was a success because 4 couples said yes on decision day, but now we're down to 2. Again, it's a wait and see whether they last a long time or whether they, have babies. What Noy wants 3 babies. We'll have to see if she gets her 3 or whatever. I don't know. We'll see. Or if Katina and Olajuwon go further on, well, you got to give them some kind of props that they stay together and some kind of, you got to give them, a little bit of rope to see what they got to do. I think so. But I don't know. I don't think this reunion was really given a lot of what it should have gave because of the way the season went.
It gave exactly what the season was.
What's that?
Nothing. I didn't expect a bombshell. There's no bombshells to be had. So I didn't expect too much. So, I actually thought it was only going to be a 1-part reunion because I didn't know what they needed to say extra.
Well, they did do a lot of back and forth. They did do a lot of, to me, repeating, or making the episodes longer, redundancy. On Instagram, they said Noy will probably be a single parent, be together for a year.
No,
maybe. What?
Yeah, that's
a year. I could see a year. I think Noy wants to be a single parent anyway. She just wants kids with benefits. That's a single parent. If you're right.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. We'll have to see. So, it honestly didn't give too much. I don't know what else to say about Lindsay and Mark. I'm glad they really. I was over them a long time ago. I really truly was. I was over Lindsay and Mark real early, right? Katina, I was a little bit over her too. But I wasn't surprised. Let me touch on this. I wasn't surprised that Katina took up for Alyssa because we didn't talk about Alyssa being a good person. She said, Dr. Pepper says we didn't put words in your mouth. She said the way she was portrayed wasn't really who she is. And to me, it was. It was. I mean, we saw somebody behind the scenes that we probably shouldn't have seen, but we saw them. Like get the experts here, whatever. I mean, like Dr. Pepper said, no one made you say that. Your personality presented that way too. And I think that she uses what they say, the saying goes, some people use their tears as a weapon to get us to feel sorry for you or be on your side, like the victim mode. But it didn't work this time. Like Alyssa had, put herself in a box where everybody was like, well, most people were like, I just can't believe that someone on this show is acting this way. Because even Dr. Pepper or Dr. Viviana was like, if we knew that what you are looking for was so narrow, we wouldn't put you on the show. And that to me goes back to saying, like, how are they vetted? If they just because we just see them with pictures and like, oh, I talked to them, but this person would be good with them. Like, what I would love to see the questionnaire, like after they're picked, not before you're picked, put down what you think that you want. But after you're picked, when they come talk to you, like what are the check boxes to make them say
it's confidential?
Is it?
I'm sure.
As much as that we see, like where
does they have to go through a psychiatrist and all that stuff? So
well, how do people make it past a psychiatrist? Lindsay? Like I said, your personality, you might be able to fool one person, maybe 2, but all 3, No. Mm-mm. And again, this is this type of show where we're not looking for drama.
Mm.
You know, if you want drama, there's all kind of shows you can watch on MTV, VH1, Netflix, whatever. But Married at First Sight, no, we don't want drama at Married at First Sight. There's drama, there's a little bit of tension because you're trying to get to know each other.
Mm.
But that's about it. I don't want to see someone being berated. I don't want to see anyone, being put down or bullied or whatever the case may be. I mean, who's trying to see that?
Someone said on Instagram, my twisted life, I'm surprised at Dr. V because she defended Alyssa all season, even blocked her.
Oh.
Because we got in such an argument. Really? With Dr. Viviana?
Well, I think Dr. Viviana may have got one of our little things she put up too, because
I think so. I think she did. She got one of her posts. Not blocked, but demonetized.
Yes.
But it was off of what she said.
Off of what she said.
I was just trying to show what she said.
But here's the thing. She could, to me, and it's no offense, Dr. Viviana, if you're watching. It's like,
no, she's on live right now.
If you can dish it, you should be able to take it. I mean, we wouldn't be able to respond to these things if you didn't put it out. And then in your disclaimer, like, oh, well, disrespectful comments will be blocked. Well, I don't know what's disrespectful to you. And it did seem like, sometimes she was defending people like Alyssa, Chris from the Chris and Paige saga, like, oh, we're bullying Chris. What?
No, she didn't say we're bullying Chris. That was before we even knew anything was going to happen. She said no bullying will be allowed, and we were like, what do you mean? But then we found out.
And then we found out exactly. So honestly, other than the tantric yoga, what did she really bring to the show? Honestly, I was thinking about that today. Like, what she bring to the show? Yes,
the same thing. Dr. Pepper. Sorry. Yeah, Dr. Pepper and Pastor Cal bring to the show. Mm-hmm. Nothing.
You posted a screenshot. At least Dr. Pepper will give a little bit more insight to the couples. But Dr. V, to me, comes in and just kind of like is passive about things. Kind of like, oh, well, maybe you could work it out. And, you're going to regret this one day. Da, da, da. No, these people are still, if you don't get to know somebody during this process, you're technically still a stranger because you don't want to take the time out to get to know somebody. Mm-hmm. So
but I will say that if any of the experts, because I know Dr. Cal says, Pastor Cal says some things from time to time on Instagram.
Yeah.
But he doesn't do the disclaimers. If you're going to post something on Instagram, on Twitter about the show that you're on, that you're an expert on, you shouldn't feel a type of way because people are responding to you.
Right.
That's what you are doing it for a response.
Correct.
It's going to be a good response or it's going to be a not nice response. The choice is yours if you're going to post it.
Right.
So I don't understand why she would be mad. And I like Dr. Viviana. Honestly, I think she's one of the best experts out of all of them.
You do?
I do.
How come?
I just like her. I don't know, I just like her. I like her vibe. I feel like most of the time she is direct with the couples.
I don't think so.
But if she's gonna have a response on the show, she shouldn't get mad because people are responding to her.
I don't think she's as direct as she could be. I think that she tries to get them to see there's chemistry there. That's her thing, and she is a sex expert. I think she tries to get to see if they have chemistry and try to give them the ways to open up to each other, maybe sexually or romantically. Mm-hmm. But other than that, I don't see any real advice that she's given. I haven't seen it.
Yes, we know my sister like that we're getting two experts. We know one, Devon Franklin. We don't know the other.
Well, we've seen her name, but we don't know who she is. Dr. Viviana in her Twitter, Instagram fans too much.
Yeah.
And to me, kind of got mad about it when you responded in a way that she didn't feel was positive. Because you never know what someone's going to say. And you can't necessarily block everybody. I mean, I don't think you should be talking about the show anyways while it's filming. As an expert, I don't think that's professional, but that is just my opinion. MAFS needs to show more of the selection process because most of these people are not ready for marriage, so why were they picked? That's exactly what I'm saying.
That's a double-edged sword right there because some people want to see the process and other people don't want to see the process. I don't want to see the process.
They're kind of making us watch the process from
as I would want to see the process as long as they're cutting out the redundant stuff. Well, the stuff that they show over and over again. I want to see something new, not us seeing the Friends 2 or 3 times, not us seeing the Bachelor Party 2 times and then talking about it again. As long as they're showing something new, I don't mind seeing the whole selection process. If they're not, then they could just keep their regular scheduled programming.
Please stick to your regular scheduled program. They're not going to do that because clearly they need to be on for a few weeks, extra weeks based on probably the TV scheduling. That's part of their programming. Is why we see redundancy things that's not worth 2 hours for what he's doing now. I think so too, Sharon. But I think that goes off a perception of what everyone feels is a
yes,
next day.
That one. Devon Franklin married to Mary Good.
Yeah, that's going through a divorce. I don't know if it's final or not, but yeah, that's him. The other lady, if someone knows who she is or can do a quick Google, I don't know. I've never seen her on any other show. So hopefully she's a true professional at what she does. Like, if you're going to replace Dr. Viviana with another woman of the same, I don't know, maybe education-wise.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe she's also a therapist in the same field of study, I guess. Okay, well, thank you.
Welcome.
Dr. Viviana is one. Okay, Dr. Viviana. She's probably talking about her new venture.
I don't care. I like her, but I don't care.
The whole wedding preparation. I think so, too. I think they could put that all in one episode. We don't need to see that from week to week.
I don't care about the dress.
The dresses, that's what I'm saying. The dresses, the bachelorette.
No, we want to see a party.
I misspoke. Their dresses, the tuxes, they could put that in the same episode, and then we can move forward to whatever's next instead of like back over and over and over again. So yeah. But overall, with Married at First Sight and these couples, oh, okay, we have a caller. Anybody else want to come in? You don't have to show your face. Oh, are you not showing your face today, sir?
Y'all can't see my face?
We can see your face. It's just hard.
So the answer is no. We can't see you. There you go.
Okay, I'm sorry.
How you feeling today?
I'm doing all right. How y'all doing? I did not
Pretty
know
good.
y'all was going live. I got to start checking stuff.
Yeah. Oh, you did. Did you keep your notification bell on?
But I don't know. I don't know what I'll be doing.
Okay.
Okay, what's up? What's up? How y'all been?
Pretty good.
Good.
I've been watching your journey.
So
You been watching my journey?
Mm-hmm.
Are you caught up?
I gotta watch the last one. The last one.
Okay. All right. It's a good
y'all
one.
was talking about what y'all was talking about.
Oh,
everything.
We were talking about everything. You can talk about whatever you want. We were talking about the new experts. We already touched on a little bit of the couples now, and you can talk about whatever you want to.
I don't know the other lady. I know Devon, for Making
Right.
Good. I mean, they just younger or something, basically.
I wouldn't say that. I believe Devon is at least 40, if he's not already. He's close to it.
Because Dr. Viviana ain't that. Okay.
Yeah. The other lady, I don't know, because I don't know where she's from.
I don't know. It look cool, but San Diego, it's something about it look like it's gonna be bougie.
I like it. Though. I like it.
I don't know. You know that Hollywood stuff.
Nah. Well, it depends on where you at in San Diego. I mean, it's on the water, but they still have like their inner city too, when you move out.
Right.
But yeah.
I was just waiting for them to be honest with Jasmine and Michael. She was getting on my nerves.
Didn't she get on your nerves the whole season?
The whole time. especially the episode. She's talking about me and Alyssa friend. How? Why? How are you friends with her? She is terrible.
No, before Alyssa and Chris divorced off the show, they were okay. They were on like this yacht. I think it was on the honeymoon. I saw then that Jasmina and Alyssa and originally Lindsay all had like similar personalities. They were all kind of like chit-chatty. They were chit-chatty in the beginning. I'm like, oh, I can see that now. So I can see her and Alyssa being friends because neither one of them have found their person.
And neither one of them gonna find their person. That's the one thing they got in common. They not gonna find Jasmina. Jasmina, it's over. She need to go to therapy with a capital T. Because
most of them.
I mean, she should have just been honest with I would just wait for the expert. Just tell them you ain't like them. Quit beating around the bush. Talking about, oh, he turned me off. No, he turned you off as soon as you turned that corner. You was like, oh, man. They got me a short man with a big head. Lord, that ain't what I wanted.
They didn't. Remember, she wanted someone tall, and what they wanted was opposite of what they said. I said at the beginning it was opposite, but just the way that they had communication, or really she had communication. To me, she was like talking at him. Now, you missed it when I said that even though I'm sure that production has a hand in showing people how, clips and, putting clips together, your personality still shines through those clips. They can't make you say what you say and how that you say it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so Jasmina got caught up in that. Lindsay got caught up in that. Alyssa got caught up in that. And then eventually Noi, not to the extreme, got caught up in that. And we all know Olajuwon got caught up in that. Is that the thing, Michelle? Got caught up. So, yeah. And I was saying, too, that Dr. Pepper, when she told Alyssa, like, we can't put words in your mouth, I agree. You can't put words in someone's mouth. And I really wish that this show wouldn't focus on the drama so much. Because if we want to see drama, remember I said this before, Devontae, we can see that on MTV, VH1. There's other shows for drama. We're not watching Married at First Sight for drama. There's going to be tension as you get to know your stranger, but we're not watching it for someone to be fighting and carrying on. You know what I'm saying? That's not what this show is supposed to be about. So, I don't know. But anyway, I
was just trying to figure out, like, the process bringing people on. Like Jasmina, she went from, how do you go from, I don't date people in my state, I barely see them in person, to, I think I'm ready for marriage. How is that gonna work? That's a big 360 you just did. You went from online dating to he out the city, y'all fly in every now and then. And you know what's going on when you flying in. Y'all ain't relationshiping. So it's just like, you're going to say, I'm going to get married. Like, come on. You was not ready for marriage. Like, his tone, if Michael said anything, Michael.
I know, right?
On. Like, do you know what I think I would do? If I was Michael, I'd have pulled out the dictionary. Like, tone. Read the definition, Jasmina. Because I'm talking the same way. I'm not going to lie. She was disrespectful. I would have called one of my sisters, like, y'all gonna have to come, man. This ain't gonna work.
I'm surprised he didn't. I really am surprised. Hello. We're on Instagram too. Hi, Godfather. I'm surprised he didn't call his sister, because at the reunion, when he had said, he already has a lot of sisters or whatever he said. So that's how you know they were.
Why would I try to come on here and be your friend? Like, I understand we have to be friends. Like, yeah, over time, but we can't, like, I don't think a woman can start off seeing you as a friend and then, like, that changes. Like, once you in the friend zone, that wiggle room too small. You might not it's over for you. Especially if she looking at you like, once she say brother, call you brother, it's over.
Because I have friends, and I know this is off topic a little bit, but kind of saying, I have male friends, and Cassandra says all the time, like, I would stop talking to you. I'm like, well, why? Because I'm like, they're just my friend. I'm not
going years.
I'm not supposed to kick it with you. He lives on the other side of town. He lives probably about 35 minutes away, and I talk to him like once every month.
But
what's wrong with that?
Him? It's like other people in the past years talking on the phone. I'm like, why are they still talking to you? I would never. After a week.
You see how friendly I am? I'm good conversation. But they know they're my friend. And like to your point, Devontae, there is no wiggle room out that friend. So if they have tried, and you still on year 6 or 7, you need to stop trying. You just my friend. Yeah, 1 or 2 haven't figured that out yet. But
do you think they paid? You think they paid them to say yes?
Some people think so. You go give them a little extra in their contract. So, but why though? That doesn't make the show look any better because they all said yes. Because what? For what?
I was just shocked. I almost dropped my phone at work when I seen Olivia. I was like, no.
I know, right?
Oh.
That's going to be some, not just Olivia, but Alyssa dating Ryan, the one that was on his dating app.
Oh, was they dating? I thought they was just like getting together to talk about the show.
Doesn't matter. They still was part of it.
Now, if she say Chris ain't attractive, and she go with Ryan, and Ryan look like that cat, that dog. What is that old TV show? That old cartoon with that dog.
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of it right now.
Exactly. When the daddy was mean and the dog looked dopey. No. Yeah. You can't say Chris ain't cute to go with him. No.
Right. And remember, Ryan needed counseling too, because remember his friends had passed on and he was close and he got to the show. And even his own sister had said that, he was looking for a Victoria's Secret model. So I don't know, maybe you may see that in her. Who knows?
Well, he needs some glasses. I'm not saying she ugly or hideous, but Victoria's Secret model. I mean, she may be skinny like one, but other than that, okay. No. Well, I knew she was, huh?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say when she was talking to Dr. Pepper, I literally was sitting in my chair at work. I was like 3, 2, 1. I was like, she about to start crying. I was like, she do the same thing every time. She's like, I have to disagree with what you saying, and I know it's a running joke, but I'm a good person. I'm like,
right. Everybody was like, here she go.
No, Dr. Viviana was like, not today. Not today. You are not a good person.
Now, see, that's the first time that I was on Dr. Viviana's side, because normally I haven't been, because I don't know. I'm not gonna say I don't disagree with the things she's saying. I just don't like her approach when it comes to these things, because I don't think she asked the hard questions. But when she was like, I got the receipts, I was like, it's about time someone said they have the receipts with Alyssa. You should have the receipts with other people you was defending on other seasons, but nope, you didn't do that. You said we was bullying other people, meaning Chris.
I feel like they was quadruple team and what's her name, Lindsay though. I ain't like that for real. Like I know y'all don't like her, but like how y'all got all this energy and animosity towards Lindsay, and y'all seen Alyssa treat Chris like crap, like friend or not? What's up?
Yeah, Sharon said hello, Devontae. I didn't care for Lindsay, and I still don't. But I did say that Lindsay had glimpses of times where you could see where she can be nice. She had a glimpse of that with Mark in the very beginning, or in the middle when it's had to move out the house, whatever he was going through with the cat and stuff like that. And then earlier with who was it? Jasmine or Katina, one of them. She had a glimpse or two, but those small glimpses outweigh what she puts out there, And yeah, they did tag team her. They didn't have to do that, but it is what it is. Lindsay, I don't think she cares. I think Lindsay needs to be on a different show too, like the Millionaire Matchmaker. Lindsay? Yeah, Lindsay. And Alyssa. Yeah, Lindsay. Because before she came on the show, she said she was used to dating like doctors and lawyers and this and that. So she's used to a certain lifestyle. And she like punked Mark's like, well, you only made like $60,000 a year. First of all, a lot of people don't make $60,000 a year. Like what you talking about?
Right. Why she try to play 60,000 like that was 25?
Right. That's good money. I don't care where you're from. And so she's used to dating like upper class men, so she says. So I think her too was also on the wrong show.
I would have been like, Lindsay, how's that going? How is that happening? You know what I'm saying, man?
One-on-one. Yeah, but both of you, for the reunion, this wasn't the time for the one-on-one. If they wanted to one-on-one, they could have one-on-one through the season. But Lindsay progressively, in my opinion, got worse with her tone and the things she was doing. So they could have intervened if they wanted to. And matter of fact, Dr. Pepper did. They tried to talk to Lindsay and Mark to get them to come together several times. But Lindsay never did. So I guess now at the reunion, this is my opinion from reunion, they were all three there. And so I guess it's their last chance to offer their opinion or what they thought. That's what I got from it. So to answer both of you,
Mark was letting Lindsay be. First of all,
mm-hmm.
let me tell you something. You ain't about to tell me about my sex game and tear me up in front of the group. Oh no, that would have been all I need. Oh, you want to talk about the minute? Oh, okay, I'm a minute man. Oh, okay, all right. Well, let's tell the truth.
But you know what? For Mark to be a minute man, she sure complained about not getting enough. So which one is it?
I say it ain't adding up. It's so bad that you want it. This ain't making no sense.
Right.
And I'm just like, and you keep bringing up them engineers. Okay, where they at though, Lindsay? Because we on the same show. So you done ran through all the engineers of Boston. So now you got, where's she going, to San Diego?
Lindsay is in Palo Alto. Now, Palo Alto, tell you right now, that's where all the tech people are. That's where Google is and all the tech stuff. So Lindsay is where the new money is.
Where the money reside.
What do you think though? Yeah. When you young and rich, do I want an older woman? Do that make any sense? Have you not seen Instagram? You in the wrong field. You in the wrong field. You think them young tech guys about to go after you and get verbally abused? Yeah, right. If I got money, I could build a Lindsay. I don't need that. Where am I gonna listen to? Ma'am, I got millions. Get out.
I think that maybe Mark and Michael weren't, in my opinion, strong enough personalities for their matches. Lindsay needs somebody, and Jasmine needs somebody who's gonna WWE wrestle him, toss him up like that. And Lindsay admitted that for herself. That's what she needed. So Lindsay needs that plus the cash. I think Jasmine at high key needs that too. She needs someone a little bit more personality, rough and tumble. That's gonna not like
she wanted. Like I honestly think she liked Michael, but he just didn't bust a move. I think if he would have made a move, like tried to get romantic, it would have went somewhere. I think she just was just like, she one of them girls where like she not about to do all that extra stuff. She likes to be like, tell me I'm beautiful. She wants to be courted. She was not all that Mr. Nice Guy. She wants you to come up and tell her, be like, look, tonight is the night.
You think so?
Yeah. I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, all right.
I'm a man. I'm trying to tell you. I know what she just wanted him to be aggressive. He was so scared and shook up that he ain't know what to do. Which she did that because the man can't raise his voice past 2 centimeters without her. Your tone, my tone is the same. Okay, I don't know how to talk to you, so I understand why he just shut up.
Hey, Granny Slim.
How you doing?
Yeah. He shut up because again, he's used to having his sisters. He's a baby. Remember, he was a baby of the family, so he was used to kind of being like led around, I guess. And then he got another sister that led him around, and he couldn't say nothing. So he's not used to saying it. That's not, from what we saw, that's not his personality. Now, however he is off camera is a different thing, but I don't think you're too far off camera than what you show. Like you don't teeter that far. You know what I'm saying? I don't think so.
Well, Kelsey said on Instagram,
mm-hmm.
I think if you would have put it on her, she wanted the special attention. Michael wasn't about that life after she called him aggressive.
To your point, though.
Oh, yeah. Yep, I told you she just wanted, she like, show me something. Okay. Like, you ain't tall. Whatever, but like maybe in the bedroom it ain't gonna matter that I'm be like, all right, it don't even matter. He's small in stature, but Lord have mercy. You know what I mean? Like, maybe that's what it was. I don't know.
If Michael made a move, Jasmine would have mind. I don't know. I feel differently.
No. I don't think
you don't think so?
She doesn't like him at all.
Yeah, I get that too. See, I'm trying to roll with it. I'm trying. I don't. From the man's point of view, I can see it. Right, but what are we like?
I don't think he could just like try to have sex with her off rip. He just should have showed some mate. It was nothing they did that was romantic. You taught her how to drive. Whoop-de-doo. Like, like
it's too late. They made a small connection too late. Like week 14 out of 16. You can't go far like that and then be like, okay, we're going to try and then live in separate houses, because no one kept that going. You got to keep it going.
And they every time they argue, it's just like it's a setback. It's not like they can argue and get over it. It's just like she harp on it. It's nothing. It's nothing he could do. It's just like everybody left her in her life. Something wrong with her. Something wrong with her. I knew as soon as I seen her. I was like, something wrong with her. I said her mama left her and her daddy left her.
Well, she couldn't help that. She couldn't help that. She was young.
But something wrong in her head though. She was old enough when her mama left that she can remember. It wasn't no like she left her too.
Yeah. Kelsey says the saying, show me your friends and I will show you who you are. Yeah, but Jasmine had a friend who tried to hold her accountable, but Jasmine weren't hearing that.
But she's also referring to Alyssa and her being
buddy. Well, that's true too. Her and Alyssa being buddy. Yeah, we touched on that too.
Two people in denial is best friend. Birds of a feather flock together. You already know.
Correct. How are you feeling, Mom? Oh, hi, Dolores. I'm feeling pretty good today. I have chemo tomorrow, so y'all pray for me. But anyways, I really didn't want to see Alyssa. I don't believe Olajuwon has changed. I knew Jasmine and Michael would not be together.
Oh no, Dolores, you missed it. She said Olajuwon, she has a mom, said Olajuwon might change a little bit. You know, he just needs some time.
I thought that too.
Thank you, Devontae. You have to, even though, okay, see, in past seasons, and we'll just give the example, Karen and what's his name, Miles. We didn't see it for Karen Miles, but Karen Miles, that show has moved on now. That's been like 3 or 4 years. Even Amani's pregnant 20 days. So they're still together for whatever reason. They're still together. Maybe she had a change of heart. Maybe they had counseling, because we know Miles goes to counseling often. So maybe they had couples counseling. Maybe she could see things in a different perspective. So far that's working. That could potentially happen if they do the work with Olajuwon and Katina. You have to give
Pastor Cal. Gotta do the work.
You have to give him some kind of grace. He said he sold his house because he didn't want those memories of the things that was going on, to help his pocket so him and Katina can move forward. To me, if you're not serious, you wouldn't do that. Why would you do that? Why would you care? You know how many people
the housing market been booming. That's why he sold it. Don't act like you did it for her. Got you a quick little check. And he was like, hey, well, we could just get us a little apartment, just me and you. Neither one of us cook. We'll need all this house. Ain't nobody having no kids outside.
Don't make me mute your mic. I know the housing thing is booming, but his reasons weren't that. His reasons were this. Yeah, he probably made a little bit of change for his house, but how many times have we seen even the front runner? What was their names? I can't think of their names.
Steve and Noy?
No. From a previous season. He was Hispanic and she was black. Brianna and whatever his name was.
Oh, yeah. Brianna and Vincent.
She gave up her house, Vincent, to move in with Vincent. So it's possible.
She had a little apartment, though. She ain't had no house.
No, her apartment was bigger than Vincent, because remember, Vincent was like, he was downsized because he was just getting his business off. And remember, he told Brianna he got too much stuff, this and that, and Brianna was trying to get him to move into a house, and she said no. And then she ended up going into his house. So it can happen. It can happen. Yes, Romel, you can join if you like.
I feel like he did the most. Olajuwon had the most growth, though. I liked how he grew. I think whoever talked to him and told him that he was a fool about the cooking thing, because I was like, bro, this is 2022. Women ain't in the kitchen. I mean, my wife does cook majority of the time. Don't get me wrong.
On Instagram.
Right. Like, she does do that. But, like, that's rare. That's rare. You know how rare that is? I would a rare breed. You ain't seeing that on the rare. But she enjoys cooking. And Katina says she enjoys blogging food. So, I mean, you can't blog with your own. I mean, I guess you could blog with stuff you cook. But she know that's not the gift that God gave her. So she going to go out of order. And Olajuwon, you say that you got all this money saved and you ain't got no debt. So a little $100 meal ain't nothing to you, because what you got to pay?
Right. Well, that's true. That's everyone is not blessed or like to cook. Like some of us are a rare breed. Some of us are.
Right.
But like Pastor Cal said, if that's what you wanted, you should have wrote that down. Then maybe someone could have been a better match for you. You know what I'm saying? So since Katina, in my opinion, is into the church and things like that, I think that has helped her through, even though she's done a lot of crying. I think she's also done some soul searching.
Mm-hmm.
So I think her faith, she has faith in Olajuwon too, that he's gonna turn it around. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta, I'm in that one. I want to see how long it lasts. It could last forever. If it does, amazing.
Marquise on Instagram said they wasted our time with the black couples and they screwed Chris over.
Sorry.
What did he say?
He said they wasted our time with the black couples and they screwed Chris over. True, they did screw Chris over. And I would love to see another black African-American, whatever couple, make it. We would love to see that. We haven't really seen that since, how long ago was New Orleans? How many seasons ago was that? Too many.
I don't know. These was the Jasmine, what's her name? Not Jasmine. Olajuwon and Katina was like different black people. You know what I mean? Like, he was raised around white people. Not saying I ain't, you know, but that's different than, you know, he ain't used to fried the soul food on Sunday. He used to, like, you know, I mean, that's a different type of. He grew up, and you know they Irish. That's different.
I just want to know what he was looking for, because remember, for him to come from Isaac to being married, and then you want a wife that cooked and cleaned and did this and that, like, you weren't getting that when you was on the stroll. So what you what you want that now? Like, who was doing that for you when you was in your Isaac days? Who was doing this for you? Because when you're Isaac, you was allegedly, in my opinion, bed hopping. So who was cooking and cleaning for you then? But you get on the show and talk about, I want a wife that cooks and cleans. Since when? You was just that way the other day.
Maybe it was his aunt. Because, you know, maybe, you know, I don't know what happened with his mom. He said his mom was sick. So maybe, like, you know, they really took care of him because he was fragile, and that's what he expected. But, I mean, I don't know. If I was him, like Pastor Cal said, you had too many expectations for a stranger, dude. Ain't nobody, I mean, even though we got married, you still a stranger. I ain't cooking for you like that. I don't know you like that. And, you know, you ain't even trying to have sex with her, bro. That's going to get you some cooking. You ain't getting no cooking off nothing in the bedroom. Trust me, if you hold out, you going to be starving.
Yeah. Hold on, Ramel. We're going to read this comment on Instagram.
Michael's ex-wife had abandonment issues. I don't know why the extras picked her.
Michael? What Michael?
Jasmina.
Oh.
I'm like,
who's ex-wife? Michael.
Right. Everybody in her life left her. I told you that. Everybody. Raised by a stranger, and then a stranger took her when her daddy left her.
All right. Romel, hi.
Hey everyone. Hey Devontae.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. I saw your Where You Been video, so I just want to tell you that I saw it.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Kelsey says hello.
Oh, hey Kelsey. I've been trying to get that and been trying to get different videos out. Yeah, it's been a lot. I didn't really touch on a lot in my video, but for the ones who get it, they get it sometimes. Yeah. And I'm learning you don't have to be on all the time. And it was just a lot, like with my mom passing and so much personal thing that was going on. I feel like I was in a movie. But I'm back, and when I can, I'm going to try to get some videos out. And this has been a lot with this editing.
Yes.
I'm trying to get out and loading, and you loads, and then you think it's going to go, then it's back to the, I'm just like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's the thing when you start out with YouTube, it's the editing thing. The editing piece takes a long time to get started. Because when I first started to edit, it took me like hours to edit, like 30 minutes. But anyway, so back to you. So you gave this show, you asked us to rate it, and you said a 4. So what is it?
4 out of 10.
4 out of 10?
It wasn't a 4 out of 5.
Okay. So you gave it a C?
No, someone else gave it a C.
Who gave it a C? I thought you gave it a C, Ramel, or was it someone else?
Sharon gave it a C.
Oh, what do you rate it?
I'll give it a 1.
At a what? 5, 10, 100?
Yeah. A 1. Hold on a second.
Okay. What about you, Devontae? What do you rate this season?
It was entertaining, so I give it a 6. Off of entertainment value, I give it a 6. Off of like trying to show some people how to get married is definitely a 0, because none of these people too old to be acting the way they was acting. Lindsay, terrible. I'm every season. Why do people think when you go to 2 therapy sessions, you can now tell people, everybody in your prayer, you need therapy. You need therapy. You know, I went to my therapist. Like, you was getting advice from the therapist. You ain't the therapist.
Right.
That is a good point, though.
People need to understand that. As soon as just because you go to therapy, I don't care if you went for 2 years. You not a therapist. You are in therapy. That's what they told you to help you. The same advice that they gave you probably won't work for me.
Right. On Instagram, I agree with you, Marcus or Marquise. Sorry, don't know how to pronounce your name. Steve was the most ready to get married. I thoroughly agree with that comment.
Clearly, because Noi was annoying the whole time. She was getting on my nerves. I was like, why are you so concerned about his money? Like, you gotta pay for. You even got to the point to pay no bills. Have Steve asked you to pick up some bananas? Steve ain't asked you to pay for nothing. So what is the problem? Now, if Steve was sitting there on behind camera like, I ain't got nothing on the DoorDash, you gotta buy it, then I understand. But I'm like, Steve traveling the world, he got money. That's common sense. He traveling in a pandemic, he got money. Come on, I agree. Don't take a rocket scientist.
I agree, but some people don't think Steve has. Okay, so in the comments, someone said that they don't think Steve has a stack of money, and I think it just depends on your perception of a stack of money and money that makes you comfortable. I think that's a perception of your own self.
I got a good 60, 70,000, then got probably like 10, 15, 20, and some stocks and stuff. It don't look like he come from no poor family.
Honestly, I feel like, I'm not gonna lie, in the beginning I was like, okay, why he ain't got a job? At the end of the day, I'm like, I ain't married to the person, and that ain't my life. So I was like, I don't care if he got $1 or $1 million. That's Noi husband, so she can deal with it.
But the point is, why come on the show then? If you have an expectation of cash, I mean,
maybe not an expectation of cash, an expectation that they were gonna have a job.
Okay.
She ain't making no sense. If you talking about money and saving, like, why you just didn't move in with Steve? Shoot, I would act like I kept my place. They've been paying myself rent every check. It ain't like he gonna know. I mean, well, he would have known you've been there 7 days a week, but go stay with your friend. He won't know. But like, it's just like, I don't understand. Like, I understand her trauma. She was in a refugee camp. Obviously, I don't know what that's like. Probably never will. But it's just like, ma'am, why'd you go get married? This is married at first sight, not millionaire at first sight. Who you thought you was coming to marry? You ain't. It's 25,000 seasons. You better go look. It was rare if somebody got a rich person.
Yeah, but yes, she was in a refugee camp, and you're right. We will never know what that feels like. However, they came out of that refugee camp, and her parents had to work jobs that they made, in factories, doing whatever with chickens or whatever, processing stuff like that. So, Noi's like they had to work harder and take whatever jobs, whatever. And now I guess her and maybe her siblings have elevated themselves. So she's at a certain level where she's not at her parents' status, working in factories, whatever. But the mindset that it makes it seem like she's still in that refugee camp, and she's not. That's the issue. She keeps going back there. Her mind keeps going back to where she was, and that's not where she is now. So I don't think she's necessarily progressed. I feel that she has PTSD for that, which makes her, again, like I said, eligible for counseling to get past that. And so she feels, in my opinion, like Steve not having a job, at least right now, 9 to 5. Does she really think the experts put her with someone who didn't have potential or savings potential or job potential? She really thinks that they bring people on here that's really bums on these shows.
I mean, they did bring somebody who was supposed to be a principal. He was a janitor at the yoga studio. I'm just saying.
I know, but at least he lied about the type of job, but he had a job. I'm talking about someone who's like not doing nothing is my point. You know, that Michael was a whole different case.
I'm gonna inbox him. I'm like, where is that Honda? Where is that Honda with 10,000 miles up? That's a 2002. Yeah, you still ain't produced that. Even though you got married, I ain't forgot where the Honda at.
That was my
trip to the Bahamas.
Right, that was my favorite season. I must say that season was my favorite season. Now,
what do you think, Ramel?
That white Caucasian sex season?
No,
that was the season before that. Ramel?
Yes.
What else what else would you like to share?
Oh, sorry, I was just listening. I just feel like he can do better. Hopefully next season is better. That's my hope. Even though we always hope that each season.
Have we, because we're not gonna be on maybe like 10 more minutes we'll be on, but have you all seen the previews of the season? We talked about the Olivia and the
you seen the preview?
Yeah, if you weren't taking a nap last night, then you would have saw it too.
No, I didn't see that. No, I didn't see any previews.
Well, it was after the reunion last night, right?
I didn't even watch the reunion. I just seen clips on Instagram.
Oh, okay, but did you see the couples? Did you see them on the?
Yes, I did. Yes, I looked at it on my lunch break today.
Did you?
They already released the couples?
Yes.
Why do they? So that's stupid.
Have you seen
Why do they release the couples that take us through them 2 stupid episodes? Why we don't want to watch that then? We know getting MAFS. It's supposed to be a surprise.
Calm down.
I don't know. I just feel like they need to just go on hiatus for real. Like after season 15, go on hiatus. Like
they do need
revamp,
they
revamp the whole production team, everybody.
It used to be like a 2-3 month break, remember? But now they're back after like 6 weeks.
Not even. It used to be like a 6-month break.
Oh, first in the end of the season. Okay, but yes,
and I saw Dr. Viviana's not going to be on there. I'm like, why is Dr. Pepper coming back?
Because she started the show.
Nah,
oh my God.
Need Dr. Pepper. I like Dr. Pepper. You got to bring.
She's like a waste of space sometimes.
I just think they need to be more involved. That's the problem. They need to be more involved. Like if it's not every week, at least every other week. They need not just like at the month or whatever, back from honeymoon. They need to be involved to help keep them on course.
They need to be at the honeymoon when they start tripping. Go to Sweet C. Go to Sweet C and see Dr. Pepper. You talking about flying back home? Wait a minute. Dr. Pepper, come on down in the sand. She need help.
Because we've noticed that, right? Honeymoon. If you tripping on the honeymoon, is pretty much over for the rest of the season.
I don't understand how you get into it with a stranger in the honeymoon. Like I mean, like we on the beach. I don't even know you enough to like get into it with you. I'll be like, yeah, I'm about to go to the beach. All right, argue with yourself. I don't even know you like that. Like it's just like,
right. But yes, they are on the picture covers of People magazine, and you're right, Devontae. I said this too before the season started. I want to be surprised. We used to be surprised. Now they're posed up with their names.
I know we gotta watch the episode where irrelevant people are getting interviewed. Like we know you're not gonna get picked.
And some of the people, I have to say, just based, I know pictures worth 1,000 words, and I'm not profiling, but I watched every season, like say where we're recording or not. Some of these couples already look like a no. I have to say, they look like they just look like they're not matched up correctly. But the previews were they had 2 different couples already talking about, well, if you don't like it, we could get divorced. I'm like, already? That's what we already Now I don't know who they are because, like I said, I only saw them on the cover, so I can't see what their names are. But yes,
yeah, it looked like they had some Latinos on there, some Latino or some type of different culture on there. It didn't look like it was just white and black. It looked a little different.
Well, yeah, I know they have someone again, another Asian. Not couple, but Asian, look like another interracial, an Asian, and maybe I think she looks African American something, because his name is Bao or Ben or something like that. So I'm like, that's good.
That one dude, if he got married, the one dude with the suit who was talking about, I'm ready to be somebody. He don't look like he ready to be. It seems like he about to be a weirdo. I don't even know. From what I've seen on the preview, I was about to say, they about to put somebody with this weird dude who ain't never got no girlfriend. This the only way he was going to get married.
Yeah. But yeah, two of them already in conflict. Talk about, well, I could just get divorced. I mean, I'm like, if we're already seeing this in the preview, they're already setting our minds up to think, here we go again. Mm-hmm. Here we go. I'm just gonna wait on the week where this happens, because how do we know it's not when they come back from the honeymoon? How do we know what episode this is? Mm-hmm. I'm already looking for this couple to say what they're gonna say. They'll show it on TV more, I'm sure, as time goes on to get closer to July. But yeah, two people. What'd you say, Romel? That's fine, Romel. Thank you for joining, and thank you for your support as always, and everyone else in the chat too.
So how is that? When is the new season coming out?
July 16th.
First one. This is the first one. Let me get closer. Kind of blurry.
Lindsay and Miguel. Okay.
Lindy's 29. He's 35. Kristen and Mitch. He's 41 and she's 32. Ooh.
Another big age gap. We saw how that worked last time, didn't we? With Haley and whatever his name was.
They about to get into it.
Alexis and Justin.
That's that little black girl, ain't it?
33. Sorry, he's 29. She's 33.
Why that look like an old school prom picture? Okay.
It did look a prom picture. I think the one you're gonna
Stasia and Nate. Nate's 34, she's 37.
It looked like maybe she was in that one of them that I saw talk about the divorce. 28 and 37.
Oh, that's the weirdo.
34 and 37.
Oh, 34 and 37. Okay. And the last one? Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna have the finance conversation early on.
Finances? They need to get that out the way.
Morgan and Ben.
Okay.
She's 27, he's 29. And this is the new expert.
Look like the girl that you just showed almost.
She's clearly an AKA. Dr. Kia Holek.
No, she an AKA. Ain't they known for being bougie? They known for being bougie. My wife told me the AKA is bougie, right?
Oh, really? I got some family members.
I don't know what they know.
I was almost an AKA.
I got some family members AKA. Yeah, because they wanted you to. She wanted you to pledge, and you didn't.
Oh, Devon. I wonder how much of God is he gonna put in this? Because TV don't really be messing with God like that.
Dolores, there's gonna be 4 experts. 4.
Dr. Viviana is getting a boot, and they keep it Dr. Pepper and Dr. Cal.
For now, for what we know, yeah. I guess it'll be finalized when the show comes up. But for now, I don't know anything about the lady. Huh?
They better keep Keisha Knight, Rudy. Oh. They better keep her on the after show. She was better. Her show was better than the whole season.
Yeah, I enjoyed her show when I got a chance to watch it. Yeah, but I don't know what kind of information Devon's going to bring, because they filmed this show, season 15. I was like, when was we in San Diego? But we hadn't been there in a year or so we weren't there when we was filming. But February 1st of this year. So right now, during this time, they should be on like their last week to decision day. So you see what I'm saying? Because it's already May, so the show is really technically 3 months. So they should be, I shouldn't say this, but someone's already going to have some spoilers real soon. Not us, but if spoilers.
Be looking at the spoiler. I stay on Twitter. That's why I try to stay. If I don't watch the episode, I don't get on Facebook, because I'm in all the Married at First Sight groups.
Uh-huh.
And them groups get real weird, because they be following them people so far after the show. But like, I seen Mike at Chick-fil-A. Like, what is going on?
Yeah, it's not that serious. But yeah, so San Diego. I'm excited they're coming to the West Coast. Hopefully they do.
So it's in July?
July 16th, yeah.
I need to cancel my little subscription, because I got Philo.
Oh, okay.
I might as well keep it. It's only $20 a month, but I literally only get it from Married at First Sight because YouTube TV don't have Lifetime.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you got to keep
only
it.
channel. I know.
Mm-hmm. And they
Wait
said
till Fire Stick, it'd be too late.
right. And like the expert said, first time they're on the West Coast, so I don't know. We'll see how many more West Coast cities.
Okay, I want to say I did say 5 out of 5. I'm gonna take that back.
For what? What are you talking about?
5 out of 5, like all the couples will stay together
For this season?
For next season. I didn't say this.
How can you even say that for now?
I already said it earlier, but I'm gonna take it back.
For San Diego?
Yes.
What you saying?
I'm gonna go for 3 out of 5.
Week to week.
That's nice. That's realistic. That's realistic. 3 out of 5. I'm with millennial, y'all. 3 out of 5. I'm gonna roll with you. Matter of fact, nope. I'm going 2 out of 5.
2 out of 5 is more reasonable for couples you haven't seen yet. But I still say,
can I do 2 out of 5 in a possible?
Yeah, you can do it possible.
An honorary mention.
We'll have to see the couples though. Well, like their personalities, I could kind of like, just based off how people talk and how they present themselves on TV, you can kind of see like, that don't sound like a match. You know what I mean? Like with the talk about each other. So we'll see. I don't know. But I'm excited, like I said, West Coast, because it's a different vibe out here. It's a different vibe.
So when y'all gonna go live on like the 4th episode? Because the first 3 ain't gonna be about nothing.
We're gonna go live for when they reveal who the couples are and we actually can see some of their personality. Because that's when it's kind of fun. Because you can kind of like guess about them, even though you have a little bit of background knowledge about them.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's fun at least.
Well, that's gonna be soon. That's gonna be like in the next. Okay, so next week is Where Are They Now, Boston. Not like we care. Well, some people might. I shouldn't say that. And then it's gonna be something else. So in 3 weeks, they're gonna start the process of San Diego, and the actual show starts on the 16th. On the 6th, excuse me. So they're gonna like do it. You know what I'm saying, going forward. So about 3 weeks, we'll get to see the couples if you ever already seen it in the magazine and grocery store.
I don't go to the grocery store. Thank God I got a wife for that. Amen. Yes.
Yeah. Yes and amen.
Yes.
But you know what I mean. So yeah.
My TikTok when I went to the grocery store, I went there for 10 things. It was...
Don't. Anyways, well, we appreciate everybody for joining us, for the support, for the channel, for the love of my journey. And all that stuff too.
Happy this season's over. Ready to go to next season.
You've been checked out. You've been checked out. Be honest. You slept through most of the season.
I did sleep.
I'm the one taking notes.
And honestly, she ain't missed nothing. That's what's crazy.
She didn't miss a thing. So I don't know. What do you want to see us all back on for before Married at First Sight? We can take questions. Y'all can email us questions about anything.
We stopped watching Ready to Love.
We stopped watching Ready to Love.
It was hard to watch.
Yeah, that's season.
Ready to Love took a bad turn. I don't know. Even Put a Ring on it. That ain't. Them shows flopping.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We would like questions. We could do a Q&A, Millennial Mom, about whatever. We'll answer most things. Depending on the. No, I'm saying. And what else? I just don't want to like lay low because talking to everybody, huh?
I mean, some of these shows lately just haven't been.
I'm just not talking about shows. I'm talking about like question and answer. We just come on and chit chat if y'all want to. Like I just don't want to lay low. I want to keep everybody in the loop of everything. I want to keep our members, so they know that we're doing this and going forward instead of just laying low. That's all. So, any suggestions? Come on, Devontae, what would you like to see? Or Granny Slim, Sharon, Dolores, Anita, Romel?
You said what would we like? You said to see?
Yeah, between now and the show. A Q&A, a day in the life.
I'll say probably like a Q&A. That'd probably be better.
Yeah, hot topics.
Hot topics. That'd be good. Yeah, I'll be into all that. Come on, get out the bed. Come on.
Do with your podcast.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I got. We're gonna be on it on Monday. Come on, go to the garage. Come on.
All right then. Well, thank you so much, Devontae, and everyone in the chat. Like I said, Granny Slim, Sharon, Romel, Kelsey, Anita, Dolores.
Everyone who's on the chat.
Everybody.
Instagram.
Kelsey, and on Instagram, Deanna. Make sure to miss nobody.
All right. Well, y'all have a good night.
SG. Thank you so much. And we'll see you soon. We'll do a Q&A next.
Have a good Memorial weekend.
That's right.
Turn
Too.
Take care.
All right, y'all.
Okay, bye-bye. Bye, everyone.